Yo, hey, as I say, man, we always back. It's your boy H Hendricks, and you already know, man, we here on a special guest of another episode of Sporting Good Podcast, live in effect with Abundance Credit Solution. I'm a main man, Money Up Tribe, and you know we got a special guest in the building, Sherman Owens, man, the entrepreneur, the mentor, the coach. You know what I'm saying, the motivational speaker. He came in for this evening to bless us for round two, man. I don't know if you guys missed round one, but you got to find that in our link in our YouTube page. But if you didn't join in, man, you got us right now. It ain't about where you've been, it's about where you're going. So make sure you're on right now to be intact with this good information that we got for this evening. We're just so excited. We're so happy. We so, just I don't know the words for it, just to have my main man on here. I actually took a lot of his advice that he gave us last week and put into play, and we moving forward in the right direction, man. And so, main man Sherman, thanks for being on, man. I just want to start off with that, man. Thanks for being on again for this week.
Well, with that being said, I would like to thank both of you gentlemen for having me on once again. You know what I'm saying? Allowing me this blessed opportunity to get down and break bread. You know what I'm saying? And each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about the uplifting. So I'm still just gratefully humble just to even be on you guys' platforms doing what we're doing and sharing some light in our community. You get what I'm saying? And with no more further ado, because I know everybody got a busy day today, and we come to drop jewels, and we definitely got a packed house tonight. And I ain't coming to waste nobody's time, so we're going to move right back into it. And like you said, for those of you that didn't follow us last week, if y'all following us now, the links is on all our pages. Go back and check out round one so you can see where we'll be picking up from today and moving forward. Because at the ending of this course, what our whole goal is to take you as the person from point A to point B as to how to structure your corporation, get credit compliant, as well as go out there. I'm giving you the exact strategies that all the Fortune 500 companies use to build their business credit and get you credit worthy, get them credit cards. Hopefully in the next 90 days, if you execute all of the steps that we'll be breaking down for you guys, in the next 90 days, you can step out there and you can get some of those business vehicles solely off of your business credit, not your social security number. You get what I'm saying? You can go out and get some of them $10,000, $20,000, $100,000 business credit lines solely off of your business credit, like I say again, and not off of your social security number. So that's the jewels that we're breaking down today. And with no more further ado, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we left off when I was telling you to get the register with like the 411 and the Bing and the Zelle and Google and stuff like that. That's where we left off last week, correct, Howard?
Absolutely. So I remember last week we was going over a couple of good things of information. One of the biggest things we talked about is how to go get that iPostal, as far as making sure that everybody was going ahead and get those addresses, things like that. About Bing, make sure Google. Went over a couple of other things, a couple of websites that you went over last week. I know you got a list of things you want to go over in this one. You just let me know when you want to bring it up, man. What I'm going to do is turn the floor over to you and just kind of follow through. Just be here, be a student of the game, so I can take advantage of this good information this evening.
I appreciate that. Yeah, if you go ahead and share that link, and I just go ahead and give everybody a quick walkthrough. And for those of y'all that's watching on my page, if y'all go to Sporting Goods Podcast, we going live, and that way, as the same things that I'm breaking down, you guys will see, because we sharing the screen on the Sporting Goods Podcast today.
On YouTube, make sure y'all tune into their YouTube page.
Oh yeah, YouTube. Well, we on YouTube and Facebook, so I'm running live over here too. So that's why I'm directing them, everybody to your channel, so that they could go along with us.
Absolutely, for sure.
Okay, so scroll down a little bit. Get me to section 5, because we stopped off right above Don and Bradstreet. Okay, so right there we gonna move on to 6. And moving on to 6, I'm going to give everybody a free jewel with 6 with creating you guys business logos and your banners and stuff like that. For those of you that don't know, you can go on Canva. And, man, when I tell you, you can get the free account or you can get a paid account. But with Canva, you can create almost any type of digital artwork. They have the sizes. So sometimes you might get on and your banner might have to be this pixels versus that pixel. Well, on Canva, you can set your text size, your front size, your banner size, as well as they have all type of picture art. You can create some of your own art, upload it up there, and it's an all-in-one platform that you can share no matter what social media platform that you're on. So we're gonna that's the next jewel I want to drop with the logos, because you're gonna definitely need those logos when it comes to building out funnels. Now, me personally, I don't always push the normal traditional website. Is because almost each and every person, if you online, that means you have some type of digital product 9 times out of 10. So if you
Mhm.
have a digital product, that means that anytime you go to any person's store, any digital store, you going through what's called a funnel system. So we kind of getting away from the main landing pages, because you can sell your products digitally directly through your store. So it's easy to just build you out, your landing page and your funnel. And like me, I use Gumroad and a few other platforms that I'm not really going to get into at this moment. But
Mhm.
they have a lot of different platforms that you can use to build out your digital marketing funnel. So we'll
And
move
so, quick
on.
question, Sherm. I wanted to
Shoot.
stop on 6 because that's where we at.
Uh-huh.
And I know a lot of people on this website. You have this link that we'll be sharing a little bit later. And also, is that like a free place to be able to create a new logo, or how does that work? Say, because
Yeah,
I
I
run
mean,
into
like
some
I
people
say,
and they say not really art savvy. How does that website work?
if you would like to pull it up right quick, Howard, and I'll give you a quick walkthrough. Go to canva.com. Canva.
Okay, just give me one moment. All right,
Yeah, not a problem.
keep going.
So, like I say, with Canva, we're going to be able to see that you have a free plan. And when I say they got all type of picture art that's totally for free, you can create banners, you can create logos, you can create your covers for your ebooks. I mean, you like me personally, I ain't even gonna cap. Like me personally, I'm not that tech savvy to create all those graphic arts and stuff like the average person see, even on my own thing. But Canva is so like anti-tech friendly that like even me, like I'm telling you, like I'm not that tech savvy and I figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And you can see like once you create an account, log in through your you can log in through your Gmail, you can log in through Facebook, IG, or anything. And but once you create it, you can come up with your logos for your t-shirt, your clothing line. I mean, almost anything in the plans. Like you got the free plan, you got what it is, a $12 a month plan, like a $20 a month plan. But me personally, I use the free plan. And like all my YouTube channels, I created off of Canva. Even my hashtag, my posts, even with Canva, you able to schedule your posts that you're using on your social media platforms. So, like, just say for an example, like us, you got your Sporting Goods podcast, right? And almost every day you should be dropping your followers some type of tips or jewels or some type of enlightenment posts to keep your audience engaged, right? Well, with Canva, you can go in there and crop so many of their photos and just put it to like create a little file for yourself. And like really what I do is for the month. And I come up with my little catchy sayings, my little catchy logos, and I put it all in there. And they have a scheduling system right in Canva that will automatically upload all your posts at the time and the location that you want your posts to go to. Right there, all throughout Canva. And I utilize all that myself on the free plan, not even the paid membership.
Nice, 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 nice. Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay, so also like I want to touch on once again, for those of you that don't know, you have to, man, you have to register your businesses with the 411 registry. If those of you that's not really that familiar with 411, it's basically a registration that any type of business or even person, like back in the days, we used to get phone books used to come to our house. And nowadays, the phone books don't come home no more. It's all digital and it's online. So that's how you basically other people and businesses get to know that you really are a business. So they find you on your 411 registry. They want to find you on Google. They want to find you on Bing. They want to find you on Yelp, and any other type of search engine that's out there. Oh, as well as YB, which is Yellow Pages. You have to list your business with Yellow Pages. That's the only way that you guys will get your business listed, and all of the services is for free. So anytime you're applying for something, they're going to use these same tips that I'm telling you. Hey, they're going to Google you. So when they Google you, if your business is not registered on any one of those platforms, you're not going to come up. So you're not considered to be a real business. That's how they look at you. You have to have a website. If not even a website, you have to have a landing page that's set up to your funnel. You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
You
Okay.
have to. Like, if you don't, you're not considered a real business. How would people find you? You know?
Most people kind of rely on, say, on their social media to be found. So generally they go for Instagram, say Facebook, or they go for TikToks. I don't know, Snapchat. They use that as like that's my business page. Is that a good thing or
Well,
bad thing?
um, it's a good thing because you can be found and you is out there on someone's platform.
Okay.
And a Facebook or IG business page, to a degree, is noticeable because you will have a ULR link that's attached to it. But that's more for a social media lifestyle of presence. It's not like the same as if there was to Google your business through any real search engine, because a person that's on business, they're not going to get on social media to find you. They're going to Google your business to see, like I say, if you have a traditional website. Even the way you get by on the website is when you building out, your digital, your funneling process, or however, you getting your word of mouth out there, or whatever you advertising your products or services. That's a landing page that a person could go on a search, and I could go on Google. I could search that and pull up. Not I'm gonna go on Google or Bing or whatever search engine that I generally use, Microsoft on whichever, and it's gonna send me to your Facebook or your IG or your YouTube channel. That's not business. That's not gonna get you credit compliance at all.
Okay.
You get what I'm
Good
saying?
information. That's really good information. Okay. So don't just rely on that. Kind of just make sure you take these steps with, like, register your business so they can look you up on Google or in the Yellow Pages or Bing and stuff. That's really good information. I'm taking some notes
Yeah.
as we speak right now.
Like if you look on step 10, step 11, I know a lot of people say, well, what is a NASA SIT code? Well, basically, when you're not, I don't know if you ever open up a business or not, but for those of you that have never opened up a business account, that code is basically to tell the banking system as to what type of business that you're in without using a name. So like just say they have millions of trucking companies out there, right? So instead of you just have a million different trucking companies up on a bracket, they have like a SIC code that they basically register your business on, like if alcohol, or you selling merchandise, or if you selling a service, if you're doing like even different kind of services have a different code. So I just wanted to definitely touch on that because I did emphasize that in the steps, but I also gave you the breakdown in the list as to how each and every person could find their own individual code before you even call the banks to open up your business bank accounts, because they're going to definitely need that. And it's easier for you if you already had the code. It'll make the process a lot easier. A 1, 2, 3 step. I don't really tell everyone is as in step 12. I don't really get into me personally because everybody see, I understand banking is based on relationships. So like me personally, I love Navy Federal, true.
Mm-hmm.
But Navy Federal is based on relationships. So I have a relationship with Navy Federal. And if you're really trying to scale, in your business, but you already with Bank of America, I'm not going to tell you, hey man, don't use Bank of America if you already got a 10, 15-year relationship with them. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But what I am going to tell you is when you have, your business, make sure you open up your business bank account. Nothing is going to move without that business bank account. No one will give you funding. You're not even recognized without that business bank account. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we
100%.
touched
And
on
so,
earlier. Go ahead.
quick interjection. I was wondering. So, do you suggest people kind of like, say, for example, if they already have a relationship with, say me, I got Wells Fargo, I do have Navy Federal Credit Union. I used to have like Bank of America, but do you prefer them to already go with the bank that they already have that personal account with, or do you say let's reach out to a new bank? So, say if I got Wells Fargo, should I go to Bank of America to create a business account, or do you suggest that they merge it at the same bank they already have an existing account with, which is that relationship that's already established?
I would say if you have a healthy relationship with the bank already, still use them. I wouldn't say, don't keep all your eggs in one basket. True. You get what I'm saying? Because like me, I bank with Bank of America. I bank with Navy Federal. I bank with Space Coast Credit Union. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I'm gonna just be
Yeah.
frank because it's basically opinion based, and I'm gonna be real with you. It's basically opinion. You get what I'm saying? It's real structure. It's opinion based, and in my opinion, I love Navy Federal the most. But
Yeah.
and that's because I know what I'm trying to do is I'm building a business, and Navy Federal, with the relationship that I have with Navy Federal, it's easier for me to get the loans that I'm looking for. You get what I'm saying? Because I already had an established relationship with them on my personal account, and then I moved my business account over with them. And then at the time that I did all of that change, I was a trucker. So
Mm.
I was, moving large amounts of money through my account. So it allowed me the opportunity to build a higher credit limit with them in a quicker time span because I was putting more money into it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was borrowing money, but as quick as I borrowed it, I paid it all back in full because of my lifestyle at that time. You get me? But if I think that if I was to go back now and do the same thing, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't get this, I wouldn't have the same results because I would, true, but my capital in a whole would be a lot less because the funds that was running through is not the same no more because I'm not trucking.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You get me? But
Yeah.
that's why I say it's based on an individual thing. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not the type because I know, especially when you're on social media, a lot of people they get very opinionated and they
Mm.
like to make what their opinion be their personal relationship. That's just like even when you deal with people.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure we all done had some time of encounter with someone in our life that someone else had a relationship with them, and based on their relationship with them, they told you to deal with them, or they also told you don't deal with them based on their relationship. But that does not necessarily mean that their relationship might necessarily be the same for your relationship with them. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing even with banking. Like, yeah, I got a perfect relationship with David Federal, so I can open up doors. And if you build that relationship with them, quite naturally, you're going to have the same results. You get what I'm saying? And it depends on what you're trying to do. Like, for an example, I'm going to cut it just dry. You know, if you looking to scale your business, if you want 100 grand in 6 months on the business side, rock with Navy Federal because Bank of America is not going to give you that in that amount of time span. I don't care even if you was with them, because I done been with them for years. They just not like they lending requirements is just not that freely. You see what I'm saying? But that don't mean still don't have a business account with Bank of America. You know,
Yeah.
especially if you don't have that 15, 20 year, 10-year, whatever relationship with them. You get what I'm saying? It just depends on you. If you trying to, scale up real quick, you need to go somewhere that you know the lending requirements is a lot lenient. You know what I'm saying? Like for one, I'm gonna give you a big jewel.
Go
You
ahead.
know,
Drop it on
um,
them.
like with Navy Federal, once you got an account with Navy Federal, the loophole is apply after 2 o'clock in the morning for almost any credit card, and your chances of getting approved is, not like 80 to 90% higher than if you was to apply for the same card during business hours, because a computer is processing your application, not a real live human. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. So you saying like when you say 2 o'clock in the morning, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. A lot of places at a lot of times. And you saying on the East Coast 2 a.m., on the West Coast 2 a.m., Midwest. When do you
Well, since
suggest 2
I
a.m.?
go at Central Standard Time, because we all from the crib, we from Florida, we just from Georgia for the most part. So we all, even if you in New York, that kind of thing, we kind of all on the same time span. And majority of the people that I network with, we on the same time span. So I'm gonna say on that time span. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so you will say, okay, well, yeah, it's what, a 3 hour difference if we in Cali. So that's what, like, if it's 2 o'clock our time, that make it what, like 11 o'clock their time. So,
Yes.
but yeah, so
So you
still
saying
punch
average
through.
between on the East Coast, you'll say do around 4 a.m.
Yeah,
by
do
4
it maybe
a.m.
about that time, because, like I say, they going crazy with that. Like they going bananas with that. So for real, if y'all watching this right now, you really gonna be late to the bus. So don't get mad at me if that trick ain't working, because I'm not the first person to do it. You not the first person to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like,
Yeah.
don't get
Yeah.
mad at me, but because it's been going on for a while, you know what I'm saying? You know what they say, man. The early birds get the
The
worms.
worm. Absolutely. Absolutely. The early bird get every worm, baby.
So
I just had a guy tell me about the Navy. That's what made me get one about 2 months ago. I had a guy tell me about Navy Federal. He told me about his easy good lending for businesses, personal, and so that's initially made me get it. So I haven't looked into too much of like to be able to get the credit extension, but that's something I'm looking forward to, and I'm glad to get that information because I do be up
okay,
at 2 a.m. in the morning.
yeah. Now I want to get back down, because, like I said, I'm very aggressive, and I don't know if you got some on your channel, but I got a lot of inquiries this week from the video that we made last week, and a lot of people had questions, like, they say, "Hey, I have this specific type of business," and they noticing, like, well, hey man, everything for my business, I don't need nothing off of Quail, I don't need nothing off of Granger, and I don't need nothing off of Uline, or a lot of their products is just too pricey for me at this moment, right? So I want to first touch on the first thing, and go back on the price thing.
Okay.
For one, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money with one of those vendors. I want to definitely touch on that. The requirement is you have to spend over $50, not including the shipping. So you have whatever product you purchase, and it has to be over $50, and it don't have to be 100, but it has to be over 50. And if you only purchasing from one person, you will have to do it 3 consecutive times, not like once this week, and next week, because that's going to still report to your trade line as you made one purchase for the month. Even though you made 3 different transactions, you only made one purchase for the month. Okay, so you have to make one purchase this month, pay it off, another purchase that following month, pay it off, and another purchase that next month. But I'm a little bit different because I'm aggressive, and whenever I set a plan, I overachieve. So if you can, Howard, scroll down because I gave you, it say get 5 through 10 tier 1 accounts. You see what that said on your screen? Right there. Okay. Now, if you look, yeah, we have the Quail, we got the Granger, and we got the U-line, right? But I want to just run through the names real quick so the viewers could have a better idea and just know that it's not just those small amount of companies that they have to deal with. So I want to go, just run through the names real quick. And we got the Quail, we got the U-line, we have Granger, you got Supply Works, which is basically Home Depot. But pause right there for 1 second. I want to touch on the Supply Works and Home Depot because I promised the people from last week that I wanted to give them some tools that they could take home with them and utilize to start generating them some little small side income.
Okay.
For the average, especially the average guy that's out here, you know what I'm saying? It's easy for you to start your first trade line because think about it, you can cut you a little grass, even if you're not just cutting your own grass, you might cut your neighbor's grass. But if you use that step 4 in your trade lines and get you a Home Depot card, even on the personal side of credit, and I know that we just dealing with business credit right now, but even on the personal credit side of things, if you had at least a 650 or above, you almost guaranteed and you got a little bit of history, at least about 3 years of credit history, you could get you a $5,000 Home Depot card and go in there and get you a little lawnmower, weed eater, hedger, get you a little pole saw, little gas can, all of that, and put on the back of your truck, man, and you can go out there and cut you some grass. Cut your mom's grass, dad, brother, sister, cousin, church member, colleague, whomever, and start generating you a little money on the side, paying that back towards your principal, towards that interest on that credit line that you just established with that Home Depot card, and start building a trade line right then and there. And see, the key to that is a lot of people think, hey, I'm just going to try to jump in this real quick because this is not a get rich quick scheme. You really have to have a business in order for it to work. So if you don't already have a business and already generating some type of income, won't none of these steps work. You get what I'm saying? Some income has to be made. So I wanted to just touch on that right quick. Them landscapers, them pressure cleaning guys, even them guys going out there doing the subcontracting work, the painters, putting up drywall, anything that you can get, changing locks. Man, hey, they got apps now that's like Upwork, where you could get you a little subcontracting job where they looking for people to go out to these bank foreclosed houses, these real estate brokers. You could contact these leasing agency companies where they paying guys $40, $50, $70 to just go out to some of these houses and change locks. Well, if I just gave you a key where you could go out and get you a drill, little toolbox, get you a few locks based off of your credit, that credit line that you established. Now, yes, they might take you, 20 to 30 days for that company to send in your invoice and get you your pay receivables. But if you got all of the equipment off of your credit line, you building your credit line while you waiting on this company on the back burner to send you your invoice. Get your invoice, pay back off the people that you got your merchandise with, and walk away with your lump sum right there, clean profit. And even if you have a regular 9-to-5 job, that's something that you could be doing on the side while you building your business credit and building whatever empire that you really trying to build. We got to start thinking outside of the box and not always in the box. You get what I'm saying? Like I say, right up under it, and that's what made me put that step 5, which is Sunbelt. For those y'all contractors, y'all need them tools to go out there. I don't care if it's a snake. Utilize Sunbelt. You got Crown Office Supply. That's that's just like any office store that you could get for those of y'all that don't know. And that's another trade line that you're using to build your credit line. You got Summa Office Supplies. You got Strategic Network Solutions. And with Strategic Network Solutions, they help you build out your business plan. They help you build out the website, all and everything. And that's based on another trade line. You
Yeah.
got Wise Business Plans. You get what I'm saying? Which is another trade line. That's a trade line that you pay into, and they're doing everything for you. They're walking you through the steps, how to build out your business credit. I mean, your business plan, and build out a website. They help you building out funnels. They even help you with marketing tools and everything up under their platform. Um, for those of you that's starting their own brand, their own clothing line. Right here, you have Business T-shirt Club. Well, that like I was talking about last week, that's just like Sam's, Costco's, and BJ's, where you pay your $100 membership, and then they start you off with maybe like a $2,000. That they have the website designers where they can help you design everything. They're gonna help. Only thing you basically have to do is market it. They're going to ship it. They're going to put the logos on it. They're going to do everything.
Is that actually the same thing as Shirsty?
Yes, Shirsty and Business T-shirt, they exactly the same, but they're two different companies. But they're
Okay.
exactly the same.
Makes sense. Okay.
Okay, okay.
And then like we touched on last week with Nav. Nav, like I tell all my mentees, don't just get one account for the $30. Get two accounts with Nav because you can. And so that might cost you $60 a month, but that's two trade lines that's reporting on your business credit side of things that report anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 on your business credit, as well as you get all those funds back, like I say, in the end of that when that loan matures. Um, CEO Creative is another one that's just like Wise Business Plans and Strategic Networks. They help you with all type of behind the scene creative stuff like that. You have oh, and my sister just dropped in and say they also do CPA. Hey, bet that up, sis. Yeah, sister and with me, she say they also do the CPA. So but like I say, they do it all. Like I mean, I know I'm not going over everything because you controlling the screen, and we're not really on their website, and I'm not really doing a review on them, so we ain't touching every little aspect of what
Yeah.
they do. But I'm just dropping all of the different trade lines on everybody so they can know that is more than just Quail, Uline, and Granger that's out there. We have Creative Analytics. We got Pitney Bowes, MSC Direct. Like you said, we have Shirsty. Um, for those of you that's trucking, that's running those box trucks, those of you that's Ubering, it doesn't matter because you have a Pilot, a Flying J's, 1-9 truck stop, a gas station in almost every city or town. So believe it or not, that Pilot and Flying J fuel card is a tier one lender. The BP Solutions, which is the BP gas card, that's tier one. You have US Plastics A to B fuel card, that's tier one. The Circle K, the Omaha Office Products, and Credit Strong. Hey, Credit Strong, they actually good too because they build out the credit line, and they actually help you with actually lending too. You get what I'm saying? So like they have like when you team up with them, they have in-house lenders that they personally deal with. So when you building out your platform with them,
Wow.
like I say, like they got that in-house support, and the more in-house support you have, the better.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So just to give them a quick synopsis, most people only touch about 2 or 3 or 4. I'm showing you 25 different trade lines that you could touch on. JJ Gold and your business credit central.
And
So
so, if I could just ask you a question once you get a chance.
shoot, come on, bro.
Sure. And I know we looking at different tiers. We got tier one. We're about to change it to tier two. Before you tell me the difference between the two tiers, is your suggestion for someone to get all 25, or you get what fits you and your business?
Um, what I tell people is this: in order for you to build out your 80 paydex score, you have to you have to have 10 vendors reporting to your credit, your business credit profile.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so the quickest way to get it is, yeah, you could use one vendor and just buy from them 10 times. Or if you use 10 different vendors and buy from each one time and let it calculate up. You get what I'm saying? You could go that route.
Okay.
Or you could just use the vendors that is in the arena of your business and just shop solely with them until you get to that next tier. Or, like I say, we have to always think outside of the box, right? So if we thinking outside of the box, we all have family members, we all have friends, we all have someone that needs certain products and services. So just say, for an example, if you don't have, if it's something that you might not need, but just say, what if your cousin and your friend have a landscaping business, and you say, well, cuz, listen, I need a little help. You're gonna buy, but go through this catalog and and tell me what it is that you're gonna buy anyway, right? And once you have a person that can show you items, you know of items that they're going to purchase anyway, just allow them. They say, hey, family member, whoever that person may be, instead of you doing this, would you mind purchasing these products through me to help me build out my business credit? You would be surprised how many people really would. I mean, when you go through that catalog, everybody, you need paper towels, you need cleaning supplies, you might need a new water hose, you might need some caution tape. It depends on what arena that you're working in, but I'm quite sure if you have 25 different trade lines that I'm showing you, it's something that I mean, everybody might not have something for you, but you can't tell me that no one has nothing for you and no one that you know could buy one of these products for you. You see what I'm saying? Or even if you just might have to make this necessary sacrifice and buy
Yeah.
a product to get you to that next level, then you might have to do that. But think about this. If you got a business, you got a car, right? If you got a business, you got a car.
Yeah.
So you're going to need fuel cards to get around. Instead of you going in your pocket using your personal money and your debit card, use that fuel card and pay it off. They got BP everywhere in the world. They got Pilot everywhere in the world. With A to B fuel card, that's a general fuel card that you can go to almost any gas station and use. Circle K. Tell me where they don't have a Circle K. You get what I'm saying? So if you starting a business, you also going to need a business plan. So I gave you 4 or 5 different companies to help you draw out your business plan if you didn't already have it. If you didn't already have it, you're going to need a website. I gave you companies that's trade lines for your business that's going to report your business credit that will build your website.
Absolutely. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you have any type of business, you're going to need your clothing line, your brand. Like, I don't care what it is you do, you're going to need your shirt to say whatever name business that you have. You get what I'm saying? So why not? Why go to, like, we from Miami? Why go to Chinaman or go to the shop? And I'm not knocking Chinaman because I love him. He give us great service. But if I'm trying to build my business credit, Chinaman credit and Chinaman business is already established. So if I could get my same shirt from one of these companies that I could get from Chinaman, and yes, it might take me 2 or 3 days extra to get it, but I'm getting a better service of my goal in the end. I might have to stop dealing with Chinaman and deal with them. Instead of me getting my business cards from Vistaprint, I might have to start getting my business cards from Wise Business Plans, because that'll do me more service on building my business credit.
Good information. And
You
one
see
other
what I'm
question I
saying?
have before we move over to tier two, and I don't like to just hold you up all day, is that
No, no,
a
go
lot of
ahead,
people
brother.
say in
The
these
floor is
10
open.
frames or say 10 lines, a lot of people feel like they're committed to this. What's the commitment level to it? Do you feel like you say, do you just got to purchase once from these places, or do you have to be a continuous purchase?
Okay. To be 100% frank with you, and I don't want to mislead nobody, right? And I don't need nobody coming back in my inbox talking about what Sherm said this and Abundant Success Credit Solution said that, right? So even on everybody, I mean, if you watching, that means you had to dealt with credit on some type of level, right? So if you brand new, the first time you purchased, soon as you bought something, immediately they're not going to report it. It might take them, okay, if you buy something this month, you're going to get billed the next month. And by the time you pay it back, it's going to take they systems enough time to get it, process it through their system. Then they got to process it and let the credit bureaus, like the I'm not TransUnion, sorry, Business Experience, Business TransUnion, Dun and Bradstreet, NAV, or whichever, business monitoring system that they're reporting it to, it's still going to take them a time to get all that information over. So I like to be frank and give it a truth and lending, give everybody enough time, to do their jobs. So let's be frank and say 90 days. So if you bought something and just say this is June, you got June, July. So look for it to report like in August. You see what I'm saying? But that don't mean stop buying, because what if you only brought something the very first time and it was for $50, $60? Well, it might have cost them more money to report that to your business than you actually spent with them. So they might say, well, okay, well, let's see if they serious. And I'm just saying for theoretically speaking, but let's say if they say, well, let's wait until they see if they brought something that second month. And then we'll send in that report. You get what I'm saying? So once they send in that report, once it's there, it's there. It can't come off. But you still have to have that 80 paydex score. And if you want to get that 80 paydex score as soon as possible, you want to deal with as many of these trade lines as possible. The less trade lines you deal with, the longer it's going to take you to reach that 80 paydex score. And an 800 personal credit score is equivalent to an 80 paydex score on the business side. But the difference is on the business side of things. So just say, for example, with what I'm about to say, if your highest credit card is $1,000, on the business side, they're going to give you 10 times that amount. So your business credit card is going to be $10,000 starting out, because your highest personal card is $1,000. So same
let me
thing
stop right
applies.
there. Let me stop right there. So if you saying if you have a $2,000 credit line, that means if you do a business credit line, it will be $20,000.
Yes, business credit is 10 times the amount of whatever your personal credit is. You see what I'm saying? So just like you said, and I'm gonna say it again because I know we on one, and I got some viewers on another platform. Just like if you had $2,000 on your personal credit card, when you switch over to business, that's going to be $20,000, because they're going to give you 10 times the amount of your personal limit.
Okay.
And that's why I say I'm almost sure that when I say, hey man, you could get at least a $5,000 business Home Depot card, it's because I mean, an 18-year-old fresh out of high school could walk in Home Depot and use their parents' credit a little bit and get a $500 credit card from Home Depot. So if you got that $500 credit card from Home Depot on the personal side, and you open up your business in the next month, now you got $5 grand. So you mean to tell me you can't open up a landscaping company, a pressure cleaning company, or start doing some of that small repair work throughout the neighborhood with a $5,000 credit card just to get your feet wet?
Yeah.
If you say that that's something that you're really trying to do,
Yeah. That's good.
come on now.
That should work out.
Come on now.
$20,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
5,000 even.
You see what I'm saying? So, do you wanna you were saying something? Because I was gonna start to scratch on the tier 2. I can't hear you.
I said, go ahead.
Let me go to tier 2.
Okay. Cool. So now, believe it or not, you could reach that 80 payday score in the first 90 days of building out that business credit. Because see, like I say, you don't need nothing but 10 trade lines. In tier 1, I gave you 25, right? Well, in tier 2, I give you another, what, 30 something trade lines, right? But I'm gonna go over them with you to show you the difference on how you moving up in life, right? Because on tier 2 that's where you start to get like your alley, and like for one, I want to definitely emphasize this. Soon as you get on tier 2, soon as they go to reporting on your trade lines, you get them first people to go report. The first person I tell everybody to go and apply with, go to Allie's website. Allie's website is where all the car dealers go, so that way you can get, any type of vehicle. It don't matter if it's a regular car, Mercedes, Sprinter van, box truck, semi truck. Allie is the company that business credit consumers uses to get vehicles. That's who Allie is. If you want to use business credit to purchase an Airbnb, you want to go through Allie. If you want to use business credit and purchase a home or some type of real estate property, you want to use Allie, because Allie is for the business companies that they like them, the big lenders for those big purchases for businesses. You get what I'm saying? With no PG, which is personal guarantee. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's move now. But with tier 2, once you get those first, like I say, those 10 trade lines to reporting, you could go straight to tier 2, or you can skip to tier 3, because you basically done like maximize, your vendors. So once you get on there, now you could get like that Chase, you can get those Bank of Americas, the PNC banks. And when I say that, I mean these are business credit cards. These are not like bank accounts. I mean the Chase Bank, these are the business credit cards. You're eligible for that now. But like I say, the U.S. Bank, the Wells Fargo, the Truist Bank, the Navy Federal. But I want to emphasize this. When it comes to business credit, any person, any company that you're dealing with, I'm a big fan. I'm a huge, huge fan of Amex. Amex is going to give you everything the most. Like when you talk about Amex, when you talking about, okay, if you have and I'm gonna be real with you, Navy Federal, they big on Amex, like their credit cards is all Amex, and they like Amex is the company that's going to give you that 20, that 50, that 100 on a credit card. Because you could get up to three Amex cards with Amex. And like for an example, what Navy Federal do, right? Your first Amex card might be like a 10 grand limit, right? Now, you got this card that might have 10 grand, this card might have 20 grand, and another card might have 50 grand, right? So all together, that's 80 grand. Well, with Amex, they can roll all three of those cards into one card and give you one card for 80 grand. You could kind of consolidate. You feel what I'm saying? That's the beauty of Amex. You know what I'm saying? And Amex, like, I promise you, you ain't gonna find no limits higher than an Amex. I can't get this cold out my throat for nothing. But I want to definitely touch on this. Stay far away from the Capital One and Discover business cards. They report the utilization onto your personal credit reports as well. You feel what I'm saying? So so if you using like the Capital Ones or the Discover on your personal credit, that's cool. But you want to stay away from them on the business side of things, because one of the biggest advantages of business credit versus personal credit is business credit, it doesn't show utilization as well like personal credit do. You see what I'm saying? You know, on personal credit, every time you use that card, you know, your utilization is going up and down, right? Well, if you had a business Capital One or Discover card, they're going to still report that to your utilization on your personal side of things, whatever goes on your business side of things. And that could really hurt you. So I strongly advise you stay away from that. You got me?
Got you. That's some good information. Because most Capital One is the one that typically throw cards at people, and Discovery is the one that most average people just get real easy.
Yeah, because for real, now I ain't gonna lie. On the personal side of things, they're great because they big for that. You know, first year, 10 months. You know, no interest. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna throw you that big credit card on the personal side, which is great. But on the business side of things, it's not so great because remember, business, you moving a lot of you know, money on a higher level. So if you moving money around on a higher level and it's reporting to your utilization, that's going to tend to drop your personal credit. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely want to stay away from that. You get what I'm saying? Because that's just a nightmare all in itself, and that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day that I really don't want to skim too much into it, because I know I'm gonna have to open up a whole nother can of worms that we're not really ready for yet. But I definitely want to hit on that. And for those big contractors, you know, construction workers, that's where you get into the Caterpillar. You know, you got the New Ed, you got the Hertz rental car, the Enterprise, the Lowe's account receivables. So those of you that have those companies, that's where, like, you know, with Lowe's account receivables, they actually buy your invoices. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And believe it or not, on the business side of things, you have the Winn-Dixie grocery store. You got the
Ain't
Amazon.
no Winn-Dixie's around no more. Ain't no Winn-Dixie, man. Now I'm just
You
playing. Only
say
in Miami
what?
bars.
Well, hey, I don't know where you at, but bro, I still see some Winn-Dixie. I was actually just in one the other day.
Oh, okay.
You know, they just say you don't want to shop at Winn-Dixie no more. Well, they still got me.
Nah, they still around. I'm just messing around. Where I'm at in Northern Virginia is no Winn-Dixie's. Man. We got Food Lion and Kroger's and stuff like that.
Yeah. You got the Amazon, Net 55. You got the Best Buy. You get what I'm saying? And I want to touch on that because I got a partner that we was talking about some cameras and stuff like that. And I wanted to definitely let him know when he see this part of the video. I was telling him, a part of him building out his company, you know, Best Buy got everything you need when it comes to camera, screens, this, that, and the third. So that's another one of his trade lines, and believe it or not, even Dell has business credit. You got a company that's called B&H Photos,
Mm-hmm.
Floor and Decor, JC Penney's, even Uber does business. You know what I'm saying? You got Grubhub business. For, for those of y'all that want to spoil your women, you got Tiffany and Company. So you can get you some jewelry, get you some purses, get you some little whatnots from Tiffany and Company, still building your business credit. You got that Sam's Club card. Um, my all-time favorite, even though they're the highest cell phone company out there, but they have the best service as a trucker. I go anywhere in the world. I don't never got to worry about my phone dropping with Verizon Wireless. You know what I'm saying?
I got a business credit with them.
Yeah, so hey, they the best. Like I ain't gonna lie, hey, like every tablet, every gadget I got is from Verizon. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yes, sir.
You got the Tractor Supply, Office Depot. I gotta put AT&T up there, but I'm Verizon myself. That's my personal preference. I ain't knocking nobody, but I'm Team Verizon. Hello, hello, hello. They hit me everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Sherwin Williams. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Hey, for the mechanic guys, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, National Tire and Batteries, Advanced Auto Supply, all those are getting into your tier twos. You know what I'm saying? So you're starting to get more advanced. You know what I'm saying? And you want to make sure that anything that you do apply for, when you're starting to apply for business credit, make sure you do read or scan through at least on even if you don't read everything, scan through, man, and make sure that it does say no PG, which is no personal guarantee. Make sure, what I'm saying, that you guys freeze, your credit reports. Go behind. I'm gonna give y'all that inside Jew. It's more than just TransUnion, extra facts and experience. Make sure you freeze that LexisNexis and that Sage screen way before you even think about going to the Experian, the TransUnion, and the Equifax. Because if you skip the Sage screen and the LexisNexis and you jump straight to the Experian, the TransUnion, and the Equifax, they done already verified the information through SageScreen because SageScreen don't do nothing but hold the information just for verification purposes, and
Right.
that's what the companies charge y'all all that money for. And they don't want to tell you. So I'm the guru that I give out information that everybody else ain't gonna give you, and they trying to rob you and charge all that amounts of money. I'm the educator. I want to teach you how to fish because I learned how to fish. And if you know how to go and catch fish, you can always eat.
Mm-hmm.
You
100%.
know, um, you got the Get Care card. Hey, listen, Big Jewel, get Divvy. Hey, Divvy is a company that, like, I ain't gonna lie, like out the gate, like you could be a brand new company for real. Yeah, brand new company, and I think they started you off like with a $5,000, $10,000 credit card, and your company don't have to have all. They don't ask for all them bank account papers, and they don't want to see how much money going in and out your account with Divvy so much. They just want to know that you like they can find you. Remember, I say like you got to be credit compliant, so you had to have your own group on Bing, Google, and stuff like that. Long as they could go out and find you have that business bank account, hey, Divvy gonna drop that money on you too, and you ain't really gotta be that prick. I ain't gonna lie to you. So y'all gotta go and check Divvy out.
Get Davey.
Bricks,
Okay. Breaks. Gotcha.
you know, but so yeah. And with that being said, one last thing, if you don't mind bringing up for me, Howard, because I know you touched on it earlier. I want to share with the people before we leave how it looks in the free link with the activated credit. So if they open up the link, I always want to show them where they could get the success mindset book at, where they could get some of the same tools and steps, like I say, on the personal credit, that free PDF, as well as that business credit PDF.
No problem. Give me one moment.
Because I want to make sure all my people leave with gifts. I come bearing gifts, man. You know, that's what somebody else ain't doing. And I
Share and follow our
emphasize
stuff.
that. Make sure y'all share, like, and follow.
Absolutely, man. Comment, like, share, comment. Make sure you share that, man. Share the link. This is it right here. But go ahead, Sean. I got you.
Okay. So as you see, because I did do some updates. I'm moving my mouse around like I'm controlling the screen. But yeah, you see right there at the top, you got the Abundant Success Supreme Credit. If you click on it, it'll take you straight on over to my personal book. You know what I'm saying, that I have on Gumroad. That's the book that's going to give you everything, the step-by-step breakdown, everything that you need to know, all of the different trade lines that I know that I share with you guys. I mean, basically, I put it so simple that you just tap on the link and it's going to take you right to the websites. Right up under that, you got your 60-minute profits. Like you say, it'll take you right on over to my personal library. You can hit on everything, or you can go through all my different ebooks on all different type of topics, depending on what your niche is. I have something there for you. So don't forget, check out the link, check out the ebook, see what all we have. But right above that, up under that, is where you see the free gift. You see what I'm saying? On building it. What it say? Need access? Yeah, request the access. Once you request the access, I get the email going to come in to me. And like it just came in, and I approve it. You get your download. Up under that one, you got the understanding the personal credit. You got the understanding the business credit and getting credit compliant, as well as you see all of my handles on any type of social media platform and the platforms that's soon to come. So please like, share, subscribe, each one, teach one, and we look forward to another prosperous week with you guys next week.
100%, man. And so, one thing I like most about this, Sherman, is that you're one of those people that just get straight up real with the people. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're giving those poetic speeches like, "Hey, yeah, do this economical. If you get this, you'll be able to do the analysis. Get this," and people kind of sometimes don't relate to it or don't understand it. And I think the best part about it is the information that you're going over is stuff that people know about it. Like, even I used to work for the company Quill. That is really a company that people do for credit lines or get things from a Granger. They get a lot of those companies just to be able to extend credit. And guys, one advice I want to give to people, and maybe even you guys can all touch on, is that how serious do you think somebody should be about taking this serious? Like, a lot of people start stuff and don't finish. A lot of people say, "Oh man, I want to build my business credit, but don't take the actions to get there." What motivation? What advice do you? Some people, I think some people just want to do it, but they're scared to take those steps. What advice or what encouragement or what do you want to say to a couple people that may be scared to start their businesses?
That's perfect, and it's real easy. And that Success Mindset book that I'm giving away totally for free, all of the tips, and the jewels that individual person is looking for is in that book totally for free. So get that free ebook. But the first thing, just to give you a little bit, you have to tell yourself, because I can tell you a million times that you're going to be successful, but if you don't believe it yourself, it'll never happen. So you have to tell it to yourself. Even if you don't believe it the first time you say it to yourself, just say it anyway. And the more you get to say it to yourself, the more yourself is going to begin to believe it, because you're going to feel your own self-esteem begin to rise. That's just like, even for me, and I'm not ashamed to say it. prior to me going to prison, I couldn't read or write. I lived behind that mask of my street influence. So a lot of people never really knew that I couldn't read or write because I was a street guy. And even if you knew I couldn't read or write, you ain't have the heart and the balls to come and tell me to my face because of the reputation that I had put out there about myself, right? But when I went to prison and that 38-year-old woman told me that a real woman don't want no dumb man, and she encouraged me to go and get that GED. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was laying up and I was reading a Donald Goins book, which was one of the first Black authors for urban novels, right? And when I was reading that book, I can remember vividly that a little while prior to me even going back to school, to me even trying to pick up books to strengthen my vocabulary, I remember I read a word that I knew for a fact that prior to that happening, I didn't know that word. And I won't lie to you, brother, feeling that it did for me. That's what drove me to finish. You get what I'm saying? Because it was like, whoa, like, oh man, I got it now. Okay, well, I'm moving up in the world. You know what I'm saying? So it was that self-pride is what really did it for me. You get what I'm saying? And I say that to that person that didn't believe. Like, I'm going to tell you, when I was in prison, like my paving company, I didn't know anything about paving before I came home from prison. I learned all about paving once I came home from prison. But I seen the vision of me running my paving company in prison. Yes, I lost my company because I wasn't mature enough to manifest it, nurture it the way that it needed to be nurtured when I was blessed with the opportunity. But by me being blessed with the opportunity is what let me know that it still was possible, though. You see what I'm saying? Even though it didn't work all the way, but it was possible. What if I never knew it was possible? What if I didn't believe in myself enough to make it be possible?
Yeah, that's deep. Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And education is the key, bro. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. Education. I don't care, man. Hey, YouTube University is the best.
Yeah,
I don't care what topic, what it is you're trying to find, bro. It's on YouTube. If it ain't a guy like me, if it ain't a guy like one of us, it's gonna be a woman. But it's somebody. Hey, and the crazy thing about it is these Africans, these Indonesians, them people way across the world, they killing it, bro. They killing it. And they don't even speak our language. But they not scared to get in front of that computer. They not scared to get in front of that camera. They killing it.
That is fact.
That's facts. That's good information. And so, guys, listeners, followers, everybody that's go ahead and make sure you guys like, share, comment. Make sure you subscribe to that page. Look up all Sherman's contacts on Facebook, his Instagram, his YouTube, anything he's alongside with us. We all brothers in the same thing. But before we get off, man, and I want to give my main man Money Duff any last comments before we get off of this thing. I know he's been listening. He joined in for us. You got anything you want to
share, follow, you know. Like, share, follow, man.
Like, share, follow.
No one has promoted none of our information to win these free gifts. We still have them. It's sitting. I was just waiting to see who was going to actually do it to get these free gift cards. But like I said, like, share, and follow the comment. It's your man Money Duff.
Yep, and your man H. Hendricks, and we got your boy Sharon Moments, man. We thank you guys for being on the podcast with us this evening. Share, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday. We right here next Tuesday at 7:45.
Next Tuesday, same time, same place.
Yep, we got a couple more weeks left going into July for this credit building. By the end of this, if you haven't caught it by the end of this series, if you haven't established your business credit, you left behind because you need to get right or get left. So you must have chosen the left side of the street.
Hey,
absolutely,
just that simple.
Yep. And the podcast is over, y'all.
All right.